When you can't quite get hold of it, you still have to grab at it with both hands. Because February's not about how much you fall down, but more about how often you get back up. Greed is good when it comes to hoops, because this is the Big West. Let's start in La Jolla, where it's Spirit Night for the first meeting of the year between the Anteaters and the Tritons. First half, Francis Wakoria, the straightaway three. Tritons take the lead, 18 on the night for Wakoria with 9 rebounds. Yuji Dugele dishes to Akiva McBurney Griffin, 2 of his 10 on the game for UC Irvine. Eaters back in the lead. First half winding down, it's the Pope of La Jolla Village, Bryce Pope, with the three-pointer. UC San Diego up 4 at the half. Pope would finish with 15. Second half, Tritons hanging in there. Kozakowski feeds Wakoria for the baseline dunk. A little magic in the night for UC San Diego. Next trip down the floor, Roddy Anderson, the third to the tin, 2 of his 12. He also had 7 rebounds and 4 assists. But the Anteaters dig in. They retake the lead. Watch DJ Davis here. He launches from 3, extends the lead to 4 points. 14 for Davis, who was 4 of 9 from 3. The DHO from Pierre Crockrell to Dawson Baker for the 3. Lead is now 9. 18 for Baker, 7 assists for Crockrell. 22 assists on 30 makes on the game for UC Irvine. They close it out. They hold on to second place, pending a Saturday showdown in Long Beach. Next, let's head to UC Davis, where the Hawaii Brain Trust locks horns with Jim Les at University Credit Union Center. Bo's a game ahead of the Aggies in the standings. Early going, Javon McClanahan finds Kamaka Hepa for the 3. 12 points on the game for Hepa. Hawaii in the early lead. Noel Coleman to the rim for the Bows. He'd end up finishing with 10 points and 4 rebounds. Looking good for Hawaii thus far. But the Aggies turn up the heat on defense. Long outlet from DeBrule to T.Y. Johnson gets UC Davis going. 1 of 4 assists for DeBrule on the night. Next, Elijah Pepper connects for 3 out of the corner. He'd shoot 3 of 6 from distance. UC Davis ends the half on a 13-1 run. They go to the locker room with a 6-point lead. Davis extends the lead to 12 in the second half, but Javon McClanahan takes it coast to coast to try and spark the Bows and get them back into it. 10-point game, McClanahan again, this time gets his own rebound for 2 of his 17, the Bows within striking distance. But Elijah Pepper finds Kane Milling in the corner. Vive la France! 10 points for Milling, who hit 2 of 3 from long distance. UC Davis back up by 11. Deep 3 from Elijah Pepper, 29 for him on the night, shot 12 of 18 from the floor for the Aggies. Coup de grace here from T.Y. Johnson on the steal, and then the stuff. Johnson would finish with 22 and 4 assists. He'd be 7 of 10 from the floor. It's a win for the Aggies. They tie the Bows in the standings, both being 7 and 4. Aggies are off on Saturday. The Bows head to Cal Poly. How about a rivalry game on the Central Coast? Gauchos Mustangs from the Thunderdome. Student section out in full force to support their team. Even Gordon Gecko turned out for the game. Remember, kids, Blue Horseshoe loves Anacott Steel. First half, Kobe Sanders misses for Cal Poly, but Ali Koroma there to clean it up. 13 points and 8 rebounds on the game for Koroma. Miles Norris answering back for the home team with the 3, puts Santa Barbara up by 5, 18 on the night for Mr. Norris. Later, Gauchos up 8. Chance Hunter lines it up. He drills the 3 for Cal Poly. Hunter finishing with 12 off the bench for the Mustangs. Back the other way, Cole Anderson for Santa Barbara. 3 of his 9 off of the bench out of the corner. 8-point Gaucho lead at the break. Second half, A.J. Mitchell finds Norris for the dunk on the inbound play. 8 assists for Mitchell, Gauchos by 7. But remember, this is a rivalry game. Kobe Sanders finds Julian Franklin on the runout, lead down to 2 for the Gauchos. Under 6 minutes to play, Brantley Stevenson using the dribble. He ties it on this 3, 12 points for Stevenson on the night. But A.J. Mitchell knows coffee is for closers only. Watch him here, off the dribble to the rim for the bucket, 16 points for Mitchell. Kobe Sanders, though, back for Cal Poly, the turnaround from the baseline. It's a 1-point game at the Thunderdome. Michael Douglas in the building, but A.J. Mitchell is the leading man in this one. The move, the kiss, the foul. Joe Pasternak loves it. Gauchos back up by 3. Santa Barbara will close it out in front of the raucous home crowd. They maintain their hold on first place. Let's move south from one rivalry game to another as the Beach heads to historic Titan Gymnasium. Long Beach State started a 4-game win streak against the Titans January 19th. Jump into the second half. Close game. The run out for Marcus Sahonis gives the Beach the lead. Next time down the floor, it's Sahonis again. He'd finish with 21 points and 5 rebounds for Long Beach State, still missing Joel Murray. Latrell Wrightsell Jr. with the dribble and off one leg, 2 of his 18. Fullerton pulls to back within a bucket. Abubakar Traore finds Lacina Traore for 2 of his 10. The Beach back up by 4. Lacina also had 17 rebounds. Under 2 minutes to play, Max Jones off the dribble for the reverse layup, 2 of his team-high 19, and it's a 1-point game. Tone Hunter sends it ahead to Abubakar, who finds Lacina for the Beach. The and one makes it a 3-point game with a minute to play. Abubakar Traore is fired up. Under a minute to play, Max Jones from the corner for Cal State Fullerton, looking for the tie, but not this time. Last chance for Wrightsell, who leaves it short. The Beach extends their win streak to 5 in a row. They'll let Titan Gym know about it, headed to a Saturday showdown with UC Irvine. We wrap up Thursday at Icardo Center for UC Riverside and CSU Bakersfield. Runners have lost 4 straight, Highlanders sitting a half game out of first place. Jump to the second half, 1-point lead for Riverside, the 3 from Jamal Hartwell. He'd finish with 12 on 3 of 7 from long distance. Later, Travis Henson goes to work down low, 2 of his 24 to go with 8 rebounds. It's a 1-point game. Under 6 minutes to play, Zion Pullen, the runner in the lane, pushing the Highlander lead back out to 3. Later, Antavion Collum with the jumper for CSUB and the foul. It's a 1-point game. He'd hit the free throw to tie the game at 62. Collum would finish with 31 on the night. 3-point game. Henson from the corner off the feed for Panopio, and the runners tie it up at 66. Clock turning, under a minute to play. The mid-range from Marvin McGee gives CSUB the lead. 10 points on the game for McGee. Free throws give the runners a 3-point lead. Last chance for Riverside, and Zion Pullen, he ties it. 3 of his 26. We're going to overtime. Collum with the first bucket of the extra session. Yvonne Reynolds with 1 of his 4 assists. Later, the runners now up by 6. It's Flynn Cameron with the 3 for UC Riverside. Gets the Highlanders to striking distance. 19 on the game for Cameron. 5 of 7 from distance. Under a minute to play. 1-point game. Antavion Collum with the flex, both literally and figuratively, for CSUB. McGee with the late bucket for the runners to seal the deal, and we'll turn it over to Greg Kerr to close out Thursday.
And that will do it as the Roadrunners come away with a big victory, the momentum-building win as they knock off UC Riverside in overtime, 82-76.
Saturday starts with a matinee from the Walter Pyramid, with UC Irvine and Long Beach State, the Beach trying to win their 6th in a row. Late first half, the 3 from Dawson Baker, 23 points on the game for Baker, and the Eaters are up 9. Watch later, A.J. George finds Marcus Sahonis on the back cut. The bucket and the foul, Sahonis would put up 28 on the night, lead down to 7 for UC Irvine. Lacina Traore finds Abubakar Traore for the bucket, 16 and 8 on the night for Traore. Expecting the 3 from DJ Davis, but he takes it to the tin off of the bounce. 19 for Davis on the game, Irvine up by 6. Late in the first half, the three from Jadon Jones cuts into the Eaters' lead. Jones would finish the night with 10, one of 4 Beach players in double figures. Long Beach State closes it to a 1-point game at the half. Lucina Traore for 2 of his 16. He'd also end up with 20 rebounds to the approval of the crowd at the Pyramid. Second half, Devin Tillis with 3 out of the corner pocket pushes the Eaters' lead back to 5. He'd finish with 12 and 9 rebounds. We'll jump to the end of the half. Game stays close. 29 seconds left. Tobias Rodegard out of the corner for 3. Ties it for the Beach. 4 seconds left. Tie game. Davis to the bucket. And they call the foul on Sahonis. Baker makes both free throws and Irvine leads. But back the other way. Tone Hunter to the rim. And they call the foul on Devin Tillis. Hunter steps to the line. He would tie it at 80. And we head to overtime. Extra period, Dawson Baker gets it going for UC Irvine. 5 rebounds and 4 assists to go with his 23 points. Abubakar with the save, Lucina with the pass, Sahonis with the bucket for the Beach, who'd eventually take the lead. A little role reversal here. Dawson Baker to Pierre Crockrell, who had 10 points and 10 assists. The Eaters tied at 85. The miss from Lucina, but the putback by Abubakar. The Beach has the lead. Abubakar Traore feeling the love at Walter Pyramid. There's the exclamation point from Abubakar Traore. Long Beach State wins their 6th in a row, knocking off UC Irvine in overtime. You've heard of the Lambeau Leap? How about the Pyramid Plunge from Tone Hunter here? Even the Shark is loving it. Let's head now to Mott Athletic Center for Hawaii and Cal Poly, both teams looking to bounce back from road losses Thursday. Early going, Noel Coleman feeds Samuta Avea in stride for the dunk. Hawaii takes the lead. Avea would go on to finish with 16. Still close as Javon McClanahan gets in the lane for the Bows, 2 of his 9 on the night. He also had 5 rebounds and 6 assists. Later, Beon Riley finds Kamaka Hepa for the dunk. Season high 29 for Hepa on the night, just 1 short of his career high to go with 6 boards. Mustangs mustering some resistance here. Brantley Stevenson on the dribble drive, high off the window, and 1. He'd can the free throw to make it a 4-point game. Late first half, Hepa from 3 pushes the lead back to double digits for Hawaii. They lead by 11 at the break. Second half, the miss by Stevenson, but the tip by Ali Karoma. 17 points on the game for him as Cal Poly tries to hang tough. Hard cut by Brantley Stevenson. Nice find by Chance Hunter. Stevenson with 12, and it's a 7-point game. But later, McClanahan draws out the defense and finds Kamaka Hepa for the straightaway 3. Hepa shot 7 of 11, including 4 of 6 beyond the arc. McClanahan again, this time finds Samuta Avea for the mid-range jumper. 6 assists on the night for McClanahan as the Bows look to close. Kobe Sanders looking to spark a late run for Cal Poly with 2 of his 10, but it was not to be. The Bows hold on. They split the trip to the mainland. We now head to Lion Tree Arena for CSU Bakersfield and UC San Diego. The Tritons dealing with some injuries as the runners go for the season sweep. Bryce Pope to the bucket for the Tritons to give them a 3-point lead. He'd finish the night with 17 points and 8 rebounds. Pressed into duty due to injuries, Quinn Patterson connects for 3 of his 12 on the night. He played just 27 minutes over his previous 6 games. Late first half, Francis Wakoria gives UC San Diego a 9-point lead, and the home crowd feels good. 12 points for Wakoria, UC San Diego by 10 at the half. Second half, Antavian Collum down inside with 2 of his 23 for CSUB. It's now a 4-point game. Triton still leading, but Marvin McGee from 3 puts the runners on top. McGee would finish with 26, shooting 5 of 8 from bonus distance. But Jace Rockamore answers for UC San Diego, 3 of his 16. Rockamore was 4 of 6 from beyond the arc. UC San Diego back in front. Travis Henson, though, responds for the runners from the mid-range. 14 points for Henson. Game would be tied in the final seconds. Tritons with a shot to win it, but both Pope and then Wakoria can't connect in the late flurry. We're going to head to overtime. McGee from 3 for CSUB. The runners break out on top in the extra period. McGee shot 10 of 14 with 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Here's Marvin McGee again, this time from the baseline, the runners taking control in overtime. Watch Bino Smith here on the go route for the finishing touch on this one. 4 points, 12 rebounds for Smith. CSUB wins their second in a row, 72-67 over UC San Diego. Titans and Highlanders both coming off tough losses Thursday to dance at historic Titan Gymnasium. UCR head coach Mike McPio turns on his Hartwell early. Jamal with the jumper. UC Riverside up 4, 9 for Hartwell on the night. But Max Jones off the bounce, down the lane to the rim, off the window, keys an 8-0 run for the Titans. He'd finish with 16. Fullerton by 5, the ladle pass from Deshaun Eaton to Torrey San Antonio for the 3, 8-point game, 12 points and 5 rebounds on the game for San Antonio. Highlanders, though, not going away quietly. Zion Pullen, he pulls up in the lane for 2 of his 8. He also had 8 rebounds to go with 5 assists. Tight game, late first half, it's Trelly time. Latrell Wrightsell Jr. with the runner, he'd end up with 16, and Fullerton takes a 5-point lead to the break. Second half, though, here come the Highlanders. Lachlan Ulbrich, the freshman, with the 3. Riverside takes the lead. 3 if by air, 2 if by dunk. 10 on the night for the Aussie. Ulbrich puts the Highlanders up 4 points. Less than 4 minutes to play. Latrell Wrightsell Jr. fires from the wing. Deep 3, pushing the lead to 7 for the home team. The Highlanders, though, hanging around. Flynn Cameron, with 4 Titans in his midst, takes it strong to the hole. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals for the Kiwi Cameron. Here's one of Cameron's dimes to Jamal Hartwell, who drives lane and draws Riverside back within 3. But Torrey San Antonio from the top of the circle makes it a 6-point lead for Cal State Fullerton. Torrey enjoying it as the Titans shot 54% on the night. Titans shoot that arrow and wrap up the win, dropping UC Riverside into a 3-way tie for second place at 8-4. Put the wrap on Saturday with first place UC Santa Barbara heading down the 101 to the Valley to take on CSUN. First half, CSUN moving the ball. They find Marcel Stevens, who fires for 3 of his 12, and the Matadors have a 5-point lead. But Josh Pierre-Louis answers for UC Santa Barbara. He would hit his first 3 attempts from long distance, and he ended up with 11. KK Tong misses in close, but Andre Kelly there for the tip. Double-double for Kelly, 10 points and 11 rebounds. First half winding down, the deep 3 from Atten Wright, and the Matadors in the lead. They go to the locker room up by 1, 38-37. Second half, Miles Norris heating up. This 3 out of the corner makes it a 3-point game. Moments later, same quarter for the mid-range, Norris scores 10 straight points to put Santa Barbara in the lead. He'd finish with 17. The Gauchos push the lead to 8 as Ajari Sani finds Cole Anderson, who'd finish with 5 on the night. Deshaun Allen-Ikens, the dime to Lamine Niang, he says hello with the dunk. 4.7 rebounds, 2 blocks for Niang, 5 assists for Allen-Ikens. But the Gauchos know what time it is. A.J. Mitchell time, the mid-range jumper for a 5-point lead. But Atten Wright finds Allen-Ikens on the baseline to cut the Gaucho lead to 3 with 5 minutes to go. 4 assists on the night for Wright. 4-point game, Atten trims that lead in half. It's a 2-point game. Wright would finish with 22 for CSUN. Deshaun Allen-Ikens just 2 of 9 on the game, but he made this one count, driving on Miles Norris to tie it at 64. Gauchos respond. The 3 out of the corner for Cole Anderson. He was just 1 of 10 from beyond the arc, but he helped Santa Barbara take the lead. Back comes Atten Wright, though, off the dribble, with the contest from A.J. Mitchell. Nothing but nylon. Tie game at 67. Matadors get a stop. Ethan Abongo on the other end is trapped, or is he? He hits the jumper betwixt 3 Gauchos. CSUN has the lead. Last chance for Santa Barbara. Norris misses, but Wishart with the rebound. Mad scramble underneath. Ball ends up with Abongo for CSUN. Matadors close it out from the foul line. They would knock off the first place Gauchos 72-67, and February has officially begun in the Wild Wild Big West. Here's a look at the standings heading into this week's games. 6 teams within 2 games of first place. That's all for now, folks. See you next week on This is the Big West.